Holy shit, guys. I just got done watching Phantasm Ravager. I recorded a 22-minute long review, and I forgot to hit my phantom power on my microphone. Fuck me. So, a whole hell of a lot of you, my huge fan base of 5 subscribers, which used to be 700 until I got boned by YouTube, thank you, are listening to this review. I'm sure it'll get some hits just based on the movie came out today, and I've already watched it. I stayed up, watched it. Shit my pants, pretty much. I'm definitely going to make this a shorter review than the other one, but I'm going to go over a quick couple of steps here. The director, Don Coscarelli, filmed in the 70s Phantasm. And if you look back at that film right now, it literally blows this movie out of the water in style and quality. How is that possible? Is it just film? I mean, he used, I'm sure, some budget crappy film. They rigged crazy effects to make those balls do what they did. I know how they did it, but you know, it worked for the time, right? But it's like they had to make all that stuff up from scratch, like the sound effects and everything. And that's the 70s, guys. And in 2016, well, really they filmed in 2014, I think. 2016 comes along. You'd think that with all the electronic technology you have, effects that, and since it took like 2 years to get released, you would maybe stick the movie back in or do some reshoots. Nah, it's done. We already made a huge, like, 5-minute long trailer that nobody can show for whatever reason, and will get you a Digital Millennium Copyright Act strike, as with me. And I didn't even show the trailer. I showed little parts of it. I was talking over it. I would dim it. I would literally cut out huge sections of it. I left the sound, but I was talking. So in my mind, that's fair use. I'm doing a review of something, like a reaction video. But whatever, fuck it. It doesn't matter. It's gone. There's no getting my old account back, so it is what it is. But I fairly take a nice steaming pile in this movie, and I'll tell you why. Number one, the quality's, even if you watch in 1080p, it's too much like video, and I don't know what they could have done about it. I don't think there's, like, I don't know what cameras they used. I don't pretend to know. All I know is they didn't convert some stuff right, because it's too sharp in many scenes. Like film gives like a sharpness, but yet at the same time a film grain to it. And it's like a pleasant, you know, even old films you watch, like go watch like the go watch the restoration of Phantasm. It's sharp as hell, but it's got some sort of just higher quality to it, and it shouldn't. Is it just the lenses? I mean, who knows? I don't know. I wish I did. I wish I could talk about it in every technical aspect. But I'm here just to review the movie. Spoiler alert. Right now, I will spoil the ending. Everything about the movie is worse than 1, 2, and 3. Everything. 4 and 5, I put on a shelf right next to each other as far as quality. Big downfall in quality after 3. Like, 3 ended epic, dude. I mean, like, I remember, like, just the swarm of silver balls, like, pinning Reggie up against the wall and being impressed by those effects at the time. Well, those effects are downgraded by at least 10 times. So the balls in this damn movie are fucking horrible. They're junk. I'm embarrassed. for the balls in this movie. It's like, didn't Don watch this fucking movie? They used to be so shiny, and they used to show the animation, even in 3. So, like, what the fuck happened? It's just basically taking a shit on all the fans that have been waiting for a finale. I feel bad for Angus Scrimm, man. I really do. He showed up, and his acting, believe it or not, was great. It was excellent. The few scenes that he did have were just like, you just could tell, like, I don't know, that he knew he probably wasn't going to be around for another one, because he really wasn't in this movie that much, for being like the main bad guy. But so for how the movie ends, I'm just going to go out and say, spoiler now, Reggie has dementia. And basically, whereas we thought Mike was the one seeing shit, it's really just Reggie's mind making everything up from, like, my guess is the very first Phantasm. They don't really tell you. They sort of leave it up to speculation. But then there's a scene where it's Mike, Jody, and Reggie, and Reggie's basically dies. Like, and the setting is in real life. It's not like he dies by the tall man or whatever. Just the music. Let's go on to the music. You'd think, oh, at least we're gonna have some good music. You'd be wrong. It sounds like those 90s movies, man, where they just, like, they have a cool score, like, or they have a cool theme, right? The movie opens, the theme's great, and then a generic music for the rest of the film. That's basically what we get. So Reggie's walking around the desert, he's doing this, he's doing that, and then we have, like, filler music that basically just rips off the main theme and uses a couple of notes here and there from the theme and just adds strings or adds whatever, more sound, just more of it. That it doesn't even need to be there. There doesn't need to be music. Like, why can't I just hear, like, just tension, like, in the scene? What I thought from the trailer originally, I thought, like, some scenes definitely looked better than others. Then there's obvious green screen scenes. It looks like, obviously, it almost looks like a fan-made film for some of it. Some of it looks pretty good. Where like, when they don't have close-up of the faces, it looks pretty good. I'll give it that. Like, the cemetery, the inside of the, I guess, I want to say he goes back to Morningside from the first film, and he's met with the actress Kathy Lester from the first film. That scene is interesting, but then again, it doesn't really serve a purpose. And then there's a scene at the very end, past the credits, where she kind of gets back up or something, and her eyes glow. It's like they cut it out or something. I'm puzzled at a lot of the end. The end of the film past where Reggie dies is like a montage here and there. And a lot of that footage looks to be either stuff that they were going to include in the movie or stuff they cut out. So, it is what it is. It's a very short movie. It ends literally at like 1 hour and like 16 minutes or something. Very close to that. And then the rest is credits. And then like a post-credit scene where they attempt to, I don't even know, continue the fight. But yet we know the ending already. Like, it's pointless. We know what the hell the scoop is now. So, it's horrible. Just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Other than, like, I wish if I could go back in time. I know you can't, but if I could block off Phantasm, I'd end it at 2 actually. To be, let's just be fair. It goes from 1 and then 2, and 2. Even though they swapped out Mike's character for James LeGros, I didn't like it, but I was a kid and I tolerated it. But yet the score was more epic. The balls were epic. The special effects were more epic. They just everything was better. But then it didn't do well at the box office for whatever reason. I don't know. It's probably something else was out at the time or whatever, or just people did. It was 10 years later, so it was just 10 years. 10 years is just too long, especially back then. Nowadays it's not maybe quite the same. Now 10 years can go by, and either a remake comes out or an epic sequel, and they make it better. They make something better. I can't think of what I'm saying. I can't think of a specific movie right now, but maybe a Godzilla. I know it's hit or mixed fans or whatever, but I liked it, and it blows the last Godzilla away. So that's a sort of good version. Spider-Man's definitely not. That's definitely not a good one. I don't know. I'm trying to think on the fly here, and I it's just pointless. My original topic is basically that I would just say, give me Phantasm 1, give me Phantasm 2, and then just call it a night. End it on a high note. And even though it ended with an open end, so what? Just give it to me. It ends at 2. 3. It went a little too goofy for me, but I did enjoy it. But see, I'm going based on the fact of knowing how it ends now. Definitely ended at 2. Unless you can make a movie out of 3, 4, and 5 that's good, and give me something epic. Otherwise, don't bother. Yeah, I just feel like I just got ass raked. I don't know. Don Coscarelli, you just fucked me. Worse than anyone else. In the movie industry, I feel I almost feel personally offended. But to the point where I really don't care. But I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. It's gone. I'd like to watch the original in that 4K cut, and I would honestly like to watch part 2 again. Could be, since knowing now how it ends, I could just say, oh, this is all a dream. What a cool dream, But I want to admire the effects. I want to admire the balls, literally the balls in part 2, because I think part 2 and 3 had the best ball effects. I could be wrong, but I'd almost say 2 had the best. And then they had lasers and shit, crazy shit. And I remember 3 just had a swarm of them. So, anyways, guys, that's all I'm going to talk about right now, as I just feel I don't know how you can make such quality. I don't know. Give me the same camera, and I bet you I would be able to do better. I believe it. 100% I believe it. Now, I know filmmaking is a hard biz, and it's not as easy as people think it is. You're not just out there with the camera. You got to plan stuff. This seems like there is no planning to a lot of the scenes. Especially the scenes with the girl Dawn. There's a scene where in a cabin, and he's just talking to her, and it's just so bad. It's so generic. You just set the camera on a tripod, and you just said, okay, guys, go. That's how bad it is. It's bad. It's bad. And then the ball kills. Okay, here we go. This is something that I forgot to talk about. The ball kills in this movie are not scary. They're somewhat gory, but for no effect. No reason. I feel like the balls in this movie were just there to be there. They said, well, we got to have some Phantasm balls, so let's just have them. I didn't feel like there was any, I didn't feel that Reggie was in danger from them ever, and I used to. I felt like, holy crap, like you just missed. It just missed you. I mean, these are like really dangerous weapons. In this movie, I didn't think that. I just thought, oh, this is some it's a horrible CGI floating around, and that. I could go on and on, guys. I really could. I could probably talk about this for an hour. About every little scene, I could analyze it and just what's good and what's bad, and I'm just not going to. And I'm not, and this is all I'm showing you here because I'm afraid I don't want to get another copyright strike. So I'm showing you some picture from a website, and that's it. So peace out and watch the movie. Don't watch it, whatever, but comment on what you think. Till next time, guys.